You know, for me, walking around in New York or being in a different borough, it really didn't matter because, you know, I'd see, you know, one of my homies' names on a wall or in one of these places, and I knew somebody in and from that neighborhood. So you're never really alone in New York when you're a graffiti writer. A friend of mine who actually got me started writing, Randy, he was a neighbor and a childhood friend. He was one of the people who was very influential in turning me on to writing. I remember him coming to my house and saying, yo, tonight on Channel 13, there's this movie, Style Wars, coming on. It's like, you know, we spent like that whole summer watching this movie in my friend's fucking apartment. And I remember his father like bringing us iced tea and shit. And he was like, you motherfuckers still watching this damn movie? He was like, wait till you discover pussy. You guys are gonna be all fucked up. You think this is it. And we just looked at each other like, you know, I'm 12 or I'm 13 years old. I didn't, you know, I was like, yo, this is it. I don't know what that dude's talking about, but that was my crash course back then. Cool, you know, it's very rare, but I located this book. It's from the 80s. It was actually, Vet's black book, or one of his black books. You could see some of the drawings got ripped and ripped out. There's an old Vet right there. He was is a very prolific graffiti writer, but he just destroyed this book. So but I have an old piece in here. Yeah, boom. This is from, say, 85, 86. And you can see I dedicated it to Vet right here, for Vet. And it actually says space, S, P, Jimi Hendrix's head is the A, C, E. And here I signed it, Space S. Like I was really smoked out and, you know, just in a whole different universe listening to Jimi Hendrix. I was 15 years old when I did this, you know, so it was like a big deal to do this in Vet's book at that time. So I'm really lucky to have found it again.
I've known Seth since the 90s. I met him in the Bronx. He was part of FX Crew, and it was probably around 94. I came up under those guys, so my style is a part of all theirs. Him, Per, rest in peace, and Poem, because they were, you know, they were already style masters. There was times I painted with them, they were like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And I'm like, damn, I look like an asshole in front of these guys, you know? But what separates Seth from everybody else, like to me, he's top 5 in the world, graffiti writer, artist. What separates him is the whole package, the lettering, the colors, the characters. He basically takes like what we call black book style, like what you do in a black book, he puts on walls and trains, you know, incredible. So he's like a 5-tool, like in baseball, if you're a 5-tool player, you could do it all. Basically the same shit. He can do anything he wants with graph. Not just the artwork, like he bombed the streets, he did trains, you know, he did everything. So he's very well respected. And to me, the style is, you know, second to none, like style-wise, man. There's nobody better in New York. You know, there's guys that bomb, do crazier shit, but as a writer, style writer, the whole package, #1 in New York. It's still active.
Yeah, this was one of the highlights of the FX Crew. We did this wall on Westchester Avenue on the 6th line. This was like mid-90s. This was like a real monumental wall at that time. This was videographed. This was probably like 92, 93. That's me and Clark live on the set. Oh shit, yeah, this is one of the, if not the first train I did in Europe in the 90s when I first started going overseas. This is a train I did with Scene, Christmas Eve, 1998. Train still exists to this day, untouched. So I think what made me stand out is I was doing a lot. I was doing more than the average person. And that might sound crazy today because these kids today are doing so much that, you know, you got to put it in its right context. So I had been writing since the early 80s. I did a bunch of shit, then I stopped. Then when I came back and started writing again, it was early 90s. In those years, what I was doing was, I wasn't just doing throw-ups, I was like bombing with pieces, like full-on stylized pieces, illegally in fucking ill spots. So not a lot of people were doing that. There was a handful of people that were willing to go out there and spend that kind of time doing that instead of hit and run. I was like, go for it. Push it to the fucking limit. Do a fucking double cloud, do color 3D, do this, do that, as much as I could get with all stolen paint. Coming close to getting caught, coming close to getting fucking killed or electrocuted became, you know, an everyday fucking, you know, battle. That was one of the things at that time that was separating me and some of the people I was moving with from a lot of the other people. After 43 years of style writing here in New York City, I never really envisioned doing the collaborations that I've been fortunate to do, from major fucking companies, fashion to whatever. Even with you guys, with Claybourne Co, like collaborating with you guys, doing the shirt and the bag, and the fact that all of these things converge, the fact that fucking weed is legal and accepted wasn't a reality either, so neither was graffiti. So we have a lot like that we could lock in on and be like, yo, we made it through some tough times like this shit again. There's a reason why all of this happened, right? So here we are celebrating what we, you know, earned the right to do, to be here and have a voice and a product and skill and message and all of those things wrapped into one. So it's like, you know, it's like a winning moment anytime that you recognize that happening.